Welcome everyone joining us. As our students and families are coming in, we do have a few housekeeping reminders as we get started with our session today. Welcome to our virtual college fair for the Carolina Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers. My name is Melissa and I'll be your facilitator for this session. Just a few reminders before we get started. Your camera and microphone are off, so our university and college reps cannot see or hear you. But if you want to ask a question to anybody during the session, feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen. Just be sure to say who you're sending your question to in the Q&A. There are more sessions happening later on after this one and also tomorrow, so feel free to sign up for more. And this session is also being recorded and will be available online at strivescan.com/Carolinas. And now at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our first institution, Missouri University of Science and Technology. Wendy, I think you're muted.
All right. Hello, everyone. I swear I know how computers work. Hello, my name is Wendy Elo, and I'm a senior admissions counselor for Missouri University of Science and Technology, also known as Missouri S&T. So you might ask where Missouri S&T is located. We are in Rolla, Missouri. So we are about halfway between Springfield, Missouri and St. Louis, Missouri, about an hour to an hour and a half southwest of St. Louis. We are nestled in the South Central Ozark Highlands. There are a number of outdoor activities to do in our town, such as kayaking, ziplining, spelunking, things like that. We have about 20,000 people in our town and about 8,000 students. So it's sort of a good mix of rural and suburban area. Some of our rankings that we have, we're actually the #1 public engineering university in the United States. Also the #1 university for Missouri for alumni salary potential, #1 public university in Missouri, and #8 university in the nation for annual return on investment. We have 2 colleges on our campus. The first one is our College of Arts, Science, and Business. So in this program, you're going to find biological sciences, business and management systems, history, physics, psychology, those sorts of programs. But we are best known for our College of Engineering and Computing. We have 17 different degree programs in engineering and computing. So we have some of the more common engineering programs that you've heard of, so mechanical engineering, civil engineering, things like that. We also have nuclear engineering, and we have a nuclear reactor on campus, metallurgical engineering, ceramic engineering, lots of opportunities there. Something else you might wonder is, what is there to do at Missouri S&T? Well, we have over 250 student organizations on our campus. We also have 19 different student design teams, ranging from a Mars rover team to a rocket design team, underwater robotics, combat robotics, lots of opportunities there. We're also an NCAA Division II school for athletics. We have a very active Greek life on our campus. About 25% of students decide to go Greek, as well as very active theater, band, and orchestra opportunities on our campus for students to stay involved in those creative activities. One of the things we're most proud of at Missouri S&T are our career fairs and our student outcomes. We have 2 career fairs each year. They're among the largest in the Midwest. The one we had 2 weeks ago, we had about 500 unique employers on our campus recruiting students at that fair. Our average starting salary for our undergraduate students is just over $67,000 per year. Our students also often complete co-ops and internships. The average monthly salary for those is over $3,000 a month. And our students go to work for large companies like Amazon, Boeing, Exxon, Microsoft, Google, SpaceX, many more companies. So for us, we do encourage you to apply. You can either apply on our website at apply.mst.edu or on the Common App. We are test optional this year if you would like to go that route, but we do encourage you to submit your ACT or SAT scores if you have taken those. Our application is open now for seniors, and the priority application deadline for that is December 1st. If you are not a senior, the application will open sometime between the summer or during the summer between your junior and your senior year. Our scholarship deadline is February 1st to apply for the maximum scholarships that you can get. One of the scholarships that I want to tell you about is our Distinguished Scholars Award. It is the most prestigious scholarship we have for out-of-state students. It is worth $30,000 per year and renewable for 4 years. This is a competitive scholarship, so there is an essay and an interview that goes with this, and the deadline to apply for that is December 1st. We also have merit-based scholarships for out-of-state students that you can see on the screen using your ACT or SAT, but these scholarships are also available for test optional students as well. And finally, we are here to help. Here's some contact information for us. And so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Washington University in St. Louis.
Great. Hi, everybody. My name is Elena. I am an admissions officer at Washington University in St. Louis, so not too far away from Missouri S&T, but I would love to tell you a little bit more about WashU. We are a medium-sized private research institution located right in St. Louis, Missouri. Consistently ranked one of the most beautiful college campuses in the United States, also consistently ranked a really sustainable campus. We were actually the first university in North America to ban single-use water bottles back in 2009. So a really kind of great and exciting, innovative campus for our students. A little bit about our community. We are incredibly diverse, inclusive, collaborative, creative, I think are great words to describe our campus. We have 5 undergraduate academic divisions, which all serve as entry points for our students. College of Arts and Sciences, our McKelvey School of Engineering, our Olin Business School, and then our College of Art and our College of Architecture. There's 5 schools for students to choose from. Within our student body, we represent all 50 states, US territories, about 50 countries worldwide, and that brings with it all the other great forms of diversity that are really celebrated on our campus. We also have an informal motto at WashU to know our students by name and by story. So our community is one that really values open, respectful dialogue, honest conversations about difference and similarity, and how we can celebrate one another on our campus. Our staff push our students to have conversations, right, and to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, which we think has our students often discovering more about themselves and their community throughout their 4 years. In the classroom, WashU is a place of discovery. You'll choose one of our 5 divisions as your home base. And like I mentioned earlier, you'll apply directly into one of those 5 schools, which is your entry point to WashU. But the breadth of the university, so all of our majors and minors, all programs, all classes are open to all of our students. That interdisciplinary study, that academic flexibility, that's a hallmark of WashU's community, is really a testament to our multifaceted students, right? But to also that open curriculum that we have on campus. About 70% of our students will graduate with more than 1 major. So if you're somebody that wants to study 2 things or 3 things, that is celebrated and supported on our campus. You're not alone in kind of navigating this. So whether or not you know exactly what you want to study, or you're not quite sure, or you want to change your mind, you'll have a really robust network of advisors at WashU that are working with you throughout your 4 years. Starting with your 4-year academic advisor, you'll get major advisors, minor advisors, pre-professional advisors if you're pre-med or pre-law or anything like that, residential advisors, faculty advisors, right? Kind of the list goes on and on of people that are really helping you throughout your 4 years. We also have 11 faculty fellows who are full-time faculty members that live in residential colleges. So live amongst our 1st and 2nd year students and really help break down any perceived barrier between students and faculty on our campus. We also know that learning happens outside of the classroom. And so all the things you see up here are open to all of our students, regardless of academic major or background. We offer over 100 study abroad programs, one in every single major on campus, and over 40% of our students choose to study abroad. We are a tier 1 research institution, which means that we have the highest level of funding to do research on our campus. And we also have an office of undergraduate research to help you if you're not quite sure where to start, or you want to present your research or get funding to present your research, either here on our campus or somewhere else in the United States. If you're interested in entrepreneurship, we have a way for students to completely own and operate your own business through our STEP program. And then if you're interested in community service or civic engagement, our Gebhardt Institute for Civic and Community Engagement oversees a lot of university projects, both at a kind of a volunteer level, but also a larger institutional level as well. Outside of these things, we also have 450 other clubs and organizations. So there's a lot to do at WashU. Our students are incredibly active and love to be involved. Everything from Division III varsity athletics to 13 a cappella groups, one that sings only Disney music, so you can be incredibly niche if you want. Major cultural groups like Association for Black Students or Association of Latin American Students, academic organizations like Women in Computer Science or the Pre-Law Society, and other really kind of random exciting groups. We have a premier butter churning society on campus. So whatever it is that you want to do, know that you'll have the resources and support to do that. In fact, our student union, which is our student government on campus, has a $3.5 million budget that goes directly back to you and your student groups. We find that the culture on campus is not pure coincidence, right? We are actively looking for students who want to work collaboratively to solve some of the world's most challenging problems. And we find that our students are really able to translate all of these great opportunities and experiences on campus into really meaningful postgraduate experiences. So you'll see up here a few of the companies where our students go to work after they graduate. And know that you will find opportunities both as an intern, right, throughout your 4 years, but also jobs, graduate school after that. Our job or in graduate school placement rate is about 96% within 6 months. We also just launched the Chancellor's Career Fellows Program, which is a comprehensive, fully funded educational experience for first generation and students from limited income backgrounds. Provides additional support, resources, and mentoring for students throughout the career process. And finally, just a little bit about the city of St. Louis. We're incredibly proud to be located in the city. We are about 7 miles from downtown. It's located in a little bit more residential part of the city, but still a really great way for our students to explore. We have about 3 million people in our metro area in St. Louis, and we give students free access to the metro system. So really easy for you to get off campus, use the light rail, which is our train, or the bus system in St. Louis. There's 79 distinct neighborhoods, so a really vibrant space for our students. And then finally, before I close, I do just want to highlight one of our newest financial aid initiatives. With a $1 billion investment in financial aid, we just announced this past week that we are need blind for all students applying to WashU, which essentially means that when you apply to WashU, your need for financial assistance or financial aid is no longer considered in our process. Which just goes with our commitment to make sure that WashU is an accessible place for all students, regardless of financial background or experience. If you have any questions about WashU, feel free to put them in the Q&A. I'm happy to answer them. I'll also drop a link so you can sign up to learn more about WashU. But thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks so much. Next up, we have Florida International University.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jahara. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions for FIU. So just a quick overview, Florida International is Miami's only public research institution. We are also a tier 1 research institution, like she was explaining before me, but we're pretty large. We're about the 3rd largest public university in the country. So we have over 200 different majors to choose from. And that includes, we go all the way up to a College of Medicine and a College of Law. So we're really excited about that. Our law school is actually #1 in the state of Florida. Our graduates have the highest bar passing rate. So we're really excited about that. There's 18 Division I sports. We'll talk about that a little later. And of course, there's over 300 different clubs and organizations to join. So this kind of gives you a snapshot of some of the different colleges and schools that we have here. Just to show you a little bit of what campus looks like, but these are the ones that are very popular as well. And then we do have an honors college. So for students that are interested in that, Any student in any major can be in the Honors College, but there is a separate application process. So you do have to apply to the Honors College after you've completed your FIU application. So student life, again, very vibrant. Our campus is very, very diverse. We are public in Miami. So our background looks like that. We have a lot of island cultures, a lot of Hispanic cultures, a lot of Caribbean students. So I love the makeup of FIU. These are the things you can get involved in, literally everything from spoken word to a Harry Potter club. They ride brooms in the lawn, they do their thing. So whatever you're interested in, I'm sure you'll find it here. We have different museums throughout the city of Miami. Our students do a lot of internships with the big companies in the cities. Again, we are Division I for athletics. So if you're interested and you want an athletic scholarship or anything like that, that is an option. We do have Greek life, so all the councils are here. The picture at the bottom, our students work with the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. So if any of you are Food Network fans, then if you've ever seen the Sobe Wine, Food, and Festival, that's hosted by FIU Hospitality. Housing, we do have housing on campus. Housing is not required for freshman students. And if you do come stay on campus, you are allowed to bring your car, but it's all apartment or suite style. So there are no hall bathrooms or anything like that. The most you'll share with is 3 other students in the room. We have about 35 different restaurants on campus. So housing does come with a meal plan. There's everything from Chick-fil-A, Pollo Tropical, Taco Bell, you name it, we have it. So it's about 3 different Starbucks on campus as well. So yes, that's included as a freshman into your housing. If you're coming to FIU with a friend, you can choose to have them as your roommate. So that makes it a little easier. As far as the application process, applications are open. They open every year on July 1st. So if you're a junior, you can start applying then. Application deadlines are there. We do have rolling admissions. We've already started sending out admissions letters. The application is very simple. We are not on the Common App because we do not require an essay. So the application is right there on the admissions website, admissions.fiu.edu. You apply online. There's a $30 application fee or a fee waiver if you have it, SAT or ACT fee waiver, or if you're on free or reduced lunch, just let us know and we'll waive the application fee. Submit SAT or ACT test scores. We do super score, so take the test as many times as you like. Send us the scores, let us mix and match, put the best ones together. And then lastly, send in your transcripts. We are looking at the weighted GPA. So that's pretty much how it goes. There's, again, no essay, no letters of recommendation. You'll get a decision back within about 2 weeks. These are the costs of tuition. So that's in-state and out-of-state / international. So out-of-state and international are the same price. This is a full cost for a year. So tuition is relatively affordable. We do have a lot of different scholarship opportunities. Fun fact, about 50% of our students graduate with no debt. So we give out a lot of money. Our scholarship database is at the bottom, the fiu.academicworks.com. That is where students can go and see all the lists of our scholarships. But for every cycle, the merit-based scholarship deadline is November 1st. So you want to keep that in mind. Have everything in by November 1st, and then you're all set to qualify for our like 100% scholarship, 75% scholarship, and so on. And that's pretty much it. I know it was lightning fast, so I always like to leave with my contact information. You guys can, of course, put questions in the Q&A and in the chat, but if you want to reach me directly, the information for the admissions office for FIU is there. My email directly to JH Graham. We are doing in-person tours, so go.fiu.edu/visit. And then all of our Instagram handles, FIU Jahara is obviously me. I don't follow back. You don't have to worry about me looking. But if you have any questions, it's easy for students to like DM or to just scroll on the page to get more information about FIU. FIU Instagram is the general page, and then Join FIU is run by our tour guides here in the admissions office. So you can get the university's perspective from students that are currently attending. So that's really cool. If you have any questions, I'll be here in the chat. Thank you so much.
All right, up next we have Spelman College.
So good evening, everyone, or afternoon. My name is Ms. Nayada Schuler, and I serve as an Assistant Director of Admissions at Spelman, as well as the Admissions Counselor for the South Atlantic region. So students in the states of Georgia, the Carolinas, Louisiana, or not Louisiana, Tennessee, just to name a few, I am your direct admissions counselor. So a little about Spelman College and who we are. Spelman is a small, private, liberal arts, all women's HBCU located in Atlanta, Georgia, along with being recognized as one of the nation's top educational institutions specifically designed for Black women. We are also ranked as one of the nation's top liberal arts colleges and as the #1 HBCU for now 15 years in a row by US News and World Report. So a little more about Spelman. We are located in the city of Atlanta and within the AUC, which is the Atlanta University Center. So the Atlanta University Center is the nation's oldest and largest consortium of HBCUs, celebrating over 90 years of excellence in higher education. So a little more about the student body. Spelman's student body is comprised of 2,100 students from 42 states and 18 foreign countries, and with an average class size of 23 and a student to faculty ratio of 11:1, students truly do have an opportunity to get to know their peers as well as their faculty and staff. And then Dr. Mary Smith Campbell serves as the 10th president of Spelman College. Prior to her time at Spelman, she was actually the former dean of the Tisch School of the Arts at NYU. A little more about the Spelman experience. Overall, as I mentioned, Spelman is located in Atlanta. Atlanta is a city known for its vibrant art and culture scene, and Atlanta also has an international business footprint. So Atlanta is home to 16 Fortune 500 companies, and in total, the state of Georgia is home to 18 Fortune 500 companies. In addition, we are home to the world's busiest airport, and as I mentioned, home to the Atlanta University Center. So students do have access to internships, research opportunities, and a number of different opportunities right in their own backyard by being a student at Spelman. A little more information about the student experience. Overall, Spelman College has a variety of different points of pride and reasons why we are so proud of our institution. So this is just a snapshot of those reasons. Number one, as I mentioned, we are the #1 HBCU for now 15 years in a row. In addition, we are the #1 producer of Black women who complete PhDs in STEM. And so what that means is that we do promote a culture of inquiry at Spelman. In addition, we're #4 in top performers on social mobility. And so we take pride in that ranking as well, because it recognizes the foundation that our students, specifically those with health, for example, or just needs, financial needs, they come to Spelman and leave with that foundation to build a successful career or just to contribute greatly to their family income. So information about academic programs at Spelman, as I mentioned, we are a liberal arts institution and we offer 34 majors and minors. In addition to what we have to offer at Spelman, students have access to programs at institutions in the AUC, as well as about 20 other colleges and universities within the city of Atlanta. So students can cross-register and take courses at a variety of different institutions. Our top 5 majors at Spelman include biology, economics, and political science. Additionally, we have a variety of early assurance medical school programs, as well as a dual degree engineering program and a dual degree nursing program, just to name a few. So in terms of the student experience at Spelman, we are a very active and vibrant campus community. We are home to over 85 organizations, and we are a residential campus. So we have 11 residence halls on campus, and about 70% of our students on average live on campus. In addition, we do encourage our students to be active on our campus, but then also get to know your peers at Morehouse College and Clark Atlanta University. So we encourage you to get active and be a part of their events and traditions as well. One example is that we share a homecoming with Morehouse College every year. It's known as the Spellhouse Homecoming. And then lastly, I want to note that we do have a state-of-the-art wellness center on campus designed to assist you with prioritizing your physical well-being as well. As we're cutting it close to time, I do want to just provide you with an overview of what we're looking for in prospective students. We do take a holistic approach to the admissions process, and therefore we do not have a minimum GPA requirement. We are also test optional this year. So we're looking for well-rounded students with a strong academic curriculum, demonstrated leadership involvement, community service, as well as a strong ability to convey your thoughts and ideas. And then in front of you, you see a list of our application plans for new first-time applicants. I want to note that we are members of the Common Application, and so interested students may apply exclusively through the Common Application to Spelman College as well. And then wrapping up, information about financial aid and scholarships. So as a private institution, we do not have in-state versus out-of-state tuition and fees at Spelman. In addition, your application to Spelman is an application for a potential scholarship. So at the moment that you're admitted to Spelman, you will also be informed whether or not you have been selected as a scholarship recipient. A full comprehensive list of all of our scholarships is available on our website, spelman.edu, but this is just a snapshot of those scholarship opportunities. And then this is also a snapshot of our cost of attendance as well. So the cost of tuition fees, room and board for the entire year is listed here. So this wraps up my portion of this virtual college fair. My name is Ms. Nayada Schuler, once again, Assistant Director of Admissions at Spelman College. I also encourage you to connect with us on social media to stay up to date about events and deadlines and additional information. So we are on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as well. Thank you, and I will drop some information in the chat as well.
All right, up next we have Champlain College.
Thanks, Melissa. Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Kingsley, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Champlain College. To go ahead and get started, Champlain is located in Burlington, Vermont. And as you can see on your screen here, we do have a range of different drive times listed for some of the larger cities nearby Burlington. However, I want to make sure to mention as well that we are only a few miles away from the Burlington International Airport and have a range of access through buses and trains, automobiles, the whole list there. So it's easy for you to get around not only the Burlington and Vermont area, but also to get home for any breaks or holidays that you're looking for. Thinking about campus ourselves, we have about 2,100 students and average class size is around 16 to 17. So while we do have students coming from around the country, you still have those small individualized classroom experiences, which really allow for you to get connections not only with your professors, but also with your peers. It would not be a Champlain presentation without talking about our upside down curriculum. And what this means is every single student starts in their major from day one on campus. So if you know exactly what you want to study, perfect hands-on experience all 4 years. You're in that major right away, building the skill sets that you need in order to go out and get internships and to confirm that this is the right fit for you. However, maybe you get to Champlain and you thought you knew exactly what you wanted to study, but once you are in the classroom, you realize it's not quite the right fit. Because of upside down curriculum, and you know this right away, you are able to change your major and still graduate within that 4-year time frame. And if you're not sure what you want to do yet, you can come to Champlain as an undeclared student, take a sample of classes, and we'll help you through that process to make sure you are finding that best fit for you. Thinking about our academic programs, we do have 4 different schools and divisions here at Champlain. Unfortunately, we do not have time to go into all of these different programs today, but I would highly recommend that you check out our website because we list the curriculum for every single program that we have, and you can go on and read about our course descriptions and all the requirements that you would be taking to learn a little bit more about the programs and what kind of offerings are available. We also have minors and areas of concentration or specializations that students can choose from. So we have students who have double majors, double minors, a range of options there. So you have flexibility and are able to really narrow in and focus on your passions that relate directly to your program and what you would like to do after graduation as well. Looking at the application process, a few things to mention here. First of all, once again, check out the Champlain website as we do list all the requirements a little bit more in depth. But some of the key highlights that I want to mention is we are on the Common App or the Champlain app. As counselors, we read them the exact same way, so please choose the one that works best for you. We also have no application fee, so you never have to pay to apply to Champlain College. We went test optional several years ago, so whether you are a senior or an underclassman, you will never have to submit your test scores. However, if you have taken the exams and would like to send them our way, you are more than welcome to do so, and we do super score as well. We have the personal essay piece. However, there are no supplemental essay questions. So it's just that one essay of 250 to 650 words. And some of our art-based programs do have a portfolio component that's for 5 different majors at Champlain. So again, you can find that right on our website. Thinking about financial aid, every single student is automatically considered for merit-based aid when you apply. However, to be considered for need-based aid, you do need to fill out that FAFSA information, which went live on October 1st. So if you are a senior, that is live and able to be filled out at any point in time throughout the application process. I also want to make sure to mention that we have the Champlain College Count on It guarantee. And what this means is any Champlain specific scholarships or grants that you receive will remain with you all 4 years as long as you remain a full-time student. This is not based on a certain GPA once you are here at Champlain, and it is awarded on both a need and merit basis. In addition to this, we do accept all outside scholarships as well, whether that is from your local bank or a key club, and we will not reduce our institutional aid if you were to bring in outside funding. As many of my other colleagues here have mentioned, our students are very busy at Champlain. So we have a range of clubs and organizations that students can take part in, and club and intramural sports teams as well. I do want to note that Champlain is not a divisional school, so we do not have D1, 2, or 3 level athletics. However, we do encourage students to get involved not only on campus, but throughout the Burlington community. Burlington has been named one of America's #1 college towns, and it is a really nice blend between city amenities, but also having easy access to nature. So you can go skiing, hiking. Right now, a lot of our students are enjoying apple picking as well. So lots of ways to get involved in the Champlain community directly and in the surrounding area. Before we kind of want to wrap up, I do want to make sure to mention that all of our first-year students do live in one of 20 different restored Victorian mansions on our campus. And this is just one way that we have integrated ourselves into the Burlington community, as we are located in Burlington's historic Hill District. All of these have been renovated, so students are able to go inside and have some of those unique charms of old homes with those amenities of Wi-Fi and things along those lines. But as we approach the end of our time, I would love to have you reach out to me either in the chats, or you can see on our screen here, this is our general contact information. Thank you all so much for taking the time to learn a little bit more about Champlain College.
All right, and last but not least, we have the University of Alabama. I don't think you're unmuted.
Oh, whoops, sorry. My name is Rachel Hopewell, and I have my colleague Allison Pudlick with me. And if you have any questions tonight, feel free to drop them in the chat box and she'll help answer them for me as I'm presenting. We are here representing the University of Alabama. We are located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which is a quintessential college town in Tuscaloosa. Home to one of the 10 largest football stadiums in the country, and a great place to spend the next 4 years of your college career. We are a large institution. We have over 38,000 students on our campus, and we are a large state institution in the state of Alabama. One thing about us, though, is that over 50% of our students come from outside of the state of Alabama. Allison and I both work full-time in the state of North Carolina, and we send over 150 students a year just from North Carolina down to Tuscaloosa in our freshman class. Your freshman year, most of the time, you'll live in 4-bedroom suite-style housing. And oftentimes all of your roommates are from different states or countries, which brings a unique perspective to our campus. And we, being a large school, have over 200 different academic programs on our campus. We have a thriving College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business, Communications, Education, the 5th oldest College of Engineering in the country, some really unique programs in our College of Human and Environmental Sciences, a fantastic College of Nursing, Social Work, our pre-professional programs, and we also have a design your own major program called New College. And when you apply to the University of Alabama, we are major blind in our admissions decision. So if you do pick a major and change your mind during your senior year of high school, it will not affect your admissions decision with us. Now, getting ready to apply with us, we have 2 application options. We have our own application on our admissions.ua.edu website. And we are also on the common application this year. We did go test optional again this year, so you can choose to apply with or without a test score, but we do require you to send an official high school transcript from your high school. Next week, October 18th through the 22nd, we are hosting a free application week. And so if you're interested, we'll put our contact information on the last slide and you can reach out to us for more information about that. But other than that, we do have a $40 application fee. We do accept the NACAC fee waiver, and we also waive for students whose parents are former or current military members as well. We technically operate on rolling admissions. However, we do encourage you to be admitted by January 15th in order to be considered for all of our scholarships. That being said, I recommend that most students try to complete all of these application items by the end of Thanksgiving break to give time for processing to hit that January 15th scholarship deadline. Scholarship-wise, we did go test optional for admission, scholarships, and honors college last year and this year. And this first scholarship is a competitive scholarship. It starts at $8,000 and goes all the way to full tuition. And it is test optional. It's based upon a holistic application review from your initial admissions application. If you happen to have friends or family members who have applied to the University of Alabama in the past, our application process has changed. So please make sure you slow down and you take your time on this initial application because it is worth up to full tuition with us. If you are using the common application, please make sure that you spend a specific amount of time on the UA-based questions and make sure that you put everything on your resume on those UA-based questions. And it's going to ask you extracurriculars again, even though that is asked on the common application. Be sure to make sure that you put everything on the UA supplemental questions of the Common App. Merit scholarship-wise, we've always been well known for these. And I'll go to the next slide. If you do have a test score or would like to take the SAT or ACT this year, as long as the rest of your application is admissible, if you have this GPA, we will look at the weighted GPA on your transcript, and you have this SAT or ACT score, this is automatic merit scholarship money. We do not super score for our merit awards, so it does come from one test session, but it is automatic. And a lot of our students are coming out of state on these merit awards. Lastly, I did want to put up our contact information for you all. I'm based in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, or Eastern North Carolina and Eastern South Carolina. Allison, who's with me, is based in Charlotte and covers Western North Carolina and Central South Carolina. And Tammy covers the Western South Carolina area as well. But we would love to answer any questions that you have, and roll Tide.
All right. So thank you to all our reps. I just want to invite them all back on screen. And we are going to do a question to the group at large in the same order that we presented in. So starting with Missouri University of Science and Technology, our question today is going to be, what advice do you have for someone going through the college search process?
My biggest piece of advice for someone going through the college search process is to ask questions. If you are ever confused or hesitant or want to know something, please reach out to us and ask us questions. That is what we are here for.
I'm happy to jump in and go next, Melissa. I think my advice is to be kind to yourselves in this process. It can be a really kind of anxiety inducing process because you're trying to figure out where you want to be for the next 4 years, right? You are in the driver's seat, right? You're in control of this process. So be kind to yourselves, take time you need to rest, to rejuvenate, whatever you need. And also don't be too humble in this process. I loved what Alvin was saying about making sure that you're putting your activities wherever they need you to put them, but also make sure you're telling us about your activities. Make sure you're telling us about all of the ways that you've made an impact in your family, your school, your community. This is your time to be confident in your abilities and be confident in yourself. Don't feel too humble, right? Brag about yourself. We don't know about anything unless you tell us about it. So be kind to yourself and don't be too humble.
My advice would be to visit if you can. Virtual visit, anything like that where you can get a feel for the college or university outside of what you've grown up with or what people have told you or what your parents have said because they're alum or whatever. But I think one of the biggest things is, how do you feel on the campus? So you can hear about all the football games this college has won or whatever, but the biggest thing is going to be your fit when you get there. So like, do you feel comfortable on the campus? Is this somewhere where you can actually see yourself? So that's my thing. If you can do an in-person visit, do it. If not, take advantage. Most of us have like virtual visits set up now from COVID. So, check the website if there's a virtual tour or anything that you can do just to kind of get a better feel for it. Do that. That would be my advice.
So Wendy took my go-to one of ask questions, and I fully second that. But another piece of advice is, while you're asking questions, ask yourself questions as well to think about what's going to be the best fit for you and what's really important to you. So whether that is distance from home or the size of the school. When I was applying to colleges, one of my requirements was I wanted to make sure there was snow in the winter. So if that is also you, like having those things, they may seem really trivial, but if it's going to impact your experience meaningfully, definitely make that list with your friends or anyone who's helping you through this process as well, just to kind of have that guidance in the back of your head in addition to academics.
And my advice for underclassmen is to stay open-minded if you're just starting the process. Look out of state, look private, public, look at all of us, hopefully being exposed today to some different things that you've never thought of before. So keep an open mind. And then I also thought, just for seniors, know your deadlines and stay ahead of them. Try not to procrastinate. Technological glitches happen all of the time, and you can avoid some extra stress in that senior year if you try to stay ahead of those deadlines.
I'll pop in and I'll double down on the advice from Alabama. I just some really functional advice. Create a separate email address for all of your college information. So just create like a Gmail or a Yahoo that you provide to all of the colleges that ask for your information or that you're applying to. So that way, all that important information and those deadlines that we send you over emails don't get lost in all the clutter of those promotional emails of free ice creams and whatever you're getting in your inbox. So just create that separate email that you have access to and just passively check that, 2-3 times a week, just to stay on top of those dates and those important deadlines.
All great advice from our reps today. And I just want to say to everybody, thank you for joining us. To our attendees, our students and our families joining us for our session, and also our representatives for taking the time to share about their awesome institutions. and sharing some knowledge and some information. A few things before we end our session today. Thank you again, but also there is a quick survey. So after our attendees close the window, there is a 5-question survey with some feedback. Let us know how we did with our session today. And there is more sessions happening. So some more after this one, and there are more sessions tomorrow as well, if you want to hear from some other awesome colleges and universities. Also, this session was recorded, and the recording will be available online at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Again, thank you so much for attending and taking the time, and best of luck to our students and also our college representatives. Hope everybody has a good day and a good rest of their week. Bye, everyone.